Greetings, everyone. Firstly, we would like to apologize for that technicality. We just had a problem that we had to sort out on our side. Otherwise, we are very apologetic, and we would like to welcome you to the launch of the book, Dear Startup Entrepreneur. My name is Sibusiso Gama. I'm also an author and the founder of Readership as a publishing house. Right along me, I am sitting with the leadership, the authorship. One of the leaders in South Africa who have demonstrated that it is not only possible, but you can compete with big corporate companies and you can just make it.
Leadership.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Very well, thanks. Would you like to, of course, your reputation precedes you, my leader, but for the benefit of the viewers, would you like to just give us a bit of your background and maybe tell us what does the name Tshepo mean? While you're at it, also tell us what inspired you to write the book.
Okay. Greetings to the viewers. My name is Tshepo Mosiedi, a young man from Kagiso, the west of Johannesburg.
Indeed.
I've started entrepreneurship at the age of 16 as a dustbin cleaner. Fell in love with entrepreneurship, and I told myself that I will pursue entrepreneurship after high school.
Yes.
But the other book is coming, so you guys will
there's more that's coming.
The story, like you said, the meaning of Tshepo. Basically Tshepo means hope, and for me, I feel like I have to bring in hope for the African people.
That's profound.
I kind of feel like I'm the Moses,
Indeed.
for African people. So that's why I even wrote this book. To say I want to share information and content with my fellow African brothers and sisters, so that they can be able, to be liberated economically, because we don't have a lot of books that share, knowledge and information, that will liberate our brothers and sisters. Myself and my business partner, when we moved to Sentin, there was a lot of things that we didn't know, in terms of your etiquette, how to move around corporate SA. We had to, learn by ourselves. We didn't know how to move in corporate, like in terms of getting big giants, signing big clients, playing in a space of big giants. And it took us a lot of years to figure it out. So with this book, I don't want people to take the amount of years that it took us. I want them to at least, I want to accelerate like their success just by giving them information. So basically that's why I wrote the book, and that's what Tshepo means.
That is profound, my leader. It's profound. And maybe as a follow-up question to that, you've already mentioned some, but do you want to elaborate more maybe on how long did it take you to write this book, and what are some of the challenges that you faced, and how did you overcome them?
Writing the book, it took me plus minus 1 year, 6 months.
Hey.
Because I had to first start by, creating an audience and getting a community, that will follow the work that I'm putting out. So obviously the first year was to build an audience, to build a community, right? And then I saw that, okay, I've got the audience, I've got the community. So now I can give them a book, which we announced this year when I met with you, and I was like,
Indeed.
It was Jan, that was part of the New Year resolutions, and I met with you, I was like, leadership, I want to write a book, and you are going to launch it 16 June.
Indeed.
And it was just a crazy idea. It's 16 June we are launching it, and by that time the book was not there. It was only an idea. So I had to start writing the book in Jan. We're supposed to finish it in Feb. I was supposed to submit it to you guys at Readership in Feb, which I couldn't. March, I couldn't. April, that's when I submitted the book, and you guys were under pressure. So I think the challenges was more of meeting the deadline. I was running a business, and this side I'm writing a book, all the stress that comes with our clientele, deadlines and all of that. So those were the challenges that I faced. But and you guys, I was thinking, I'm putting Club Readership under pressure, but you guys managed to deliver, which I appreciate. So basically those are the challenges that I faced, and it took me 1 year, 6 months to write the book.
Okay, just to follow up on that, as we were working on the book, you mentioned how you want to leave no stone unturned, how you want to leave no baby unkissed and no hand unshaken with this book. You sounded like one of my colleagues when he says you want to be everywhere like the Holy Spirit.
Leadership Mafu.
Indeed. So, leader, tell us about the vision that you have for this book, and how will you measure the success of this vision?
Yeah, I mean, the vision for the book is obviously to liberate our African brothers and sisters, to provide them with information that is not accessible to them. And, the vision is to make sure that we also accelerate their success, because what I'm putting in edition 1, there's edition 2, 3, 4 coming. So in edition 1 is basically what I wish I knew when I started in business, There's quite a lot of things that I didn't know. I had to struggle, to be able to get that information. It took me quite a number of years. But for them, that's the vision. I want to accelerate their success. I want to liberate them, That's the vision for the book.
Yeah.
And I think, how am I going to measure it? It's by, seeing people who are reading my book flourishing in their respective fields, as well as, when you do the book tours, probably you might have to go back or ask questions. But I'll measure it like that. When people come back to me and say, your book helped me here and here, your book managed to accelerate my success. Because of your book, now I'm able maybe to conduct meetings, or I'm able to, what do they call this, to position myself in a professional way, the way the industry is expecting me to position myself. So basically that's how I'll measure it.
No, that's beautiful, my leader. And in that, I think it's good that you want to liberate the African child to not be set back by the hurdles that you had to jump. So thinking about inclusivity, how do you plan on, because not everybody can read, not everybody understands English. So how do you plan on including maybe people who can't read, people who can't see, and most probably people who don't understand English?
Yeah, to be honest, that's a discussion that I'll have to have with club readership. But obviously, I'm open to converting the book into other African languages, like
definitely, my
Zulu,
definitely,
Setswana,
definitely,
all of that. So I'm open to doing that. We can do like an ebook where we get people who are fluent in African languages to do an ebook.
Indeed.
So I'm open to that, but it's something that we'll have to a discussion that we'll have to have
generally. And taking from that idea, maybe for entrepreneurs, I think in their quest for entrepreneurship, they need to take into consideration inclusivity, because the products that you want to come up with, whether it's services, whatever it is, don't you think it's about time that we maybe impact people at a global scale and we take diversity into consideration?
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm hoping that the book, can be able to, do that.
Yes.
For me, because obviously I can't access everyone. Obviously I can't give everyone business consulting. I'm under FM, TMBS.
Yes.
Obviously, we have operating expenses. So it's like if I have to sit with you for an hour,
yes,
I'd have to bill you a certain amount.
Indeed.
But for me, it's that I'd rather put it in a book, make it affordable, and meaning that the information will be accessible. But I'm hoping that, with edition 2, edition 3, we can be able to touch on, how to build global businesses. Maybe we might have other people, other authors to contribute, or other business people to contribute.
Indeed. Collaboration.
To collaborate with other entrepreneurs to write a book with me. But I think it's about time that we build businesses, legacy businesses. And I'm very passionate about that. That's why I'm putting this book out there to say, if you are running a spaza shop in the township, this book is to challenge you, to have a supermarket that will compete with your Pick and Pay. We need to, go against the oligopoly market that we have. And the more we get in the market, it now becomes an open market.
General.
So basically this is what I want to do with the book.
No, I hear you, leadership. Maybe just to sum up the intro of all of this, You decided to launch the book on the 16th of June. And I mean, we all understand the 16th of June. Some are saying it's becoming obsolete. People just wear uniform and that's just it. It's celebratory more than us commemorating the sacrifice that the youth of 76 done. Yeah. So what inspired that move?
So basically I wanted to bring change.
Yes.
So for me, I grew up in the township, and in the township when I was growing up, on the 16th would be you wear a uniform and then you go and drink, you wear a uniform, you go watch a soccer match.
Yeah.
But there was nothing meaningful, that we were doing. And I was like, man, the comrades must do this, the comrades must do that, and all of that. So for me, it's that I wanted to be the change.
Yes.
And being the change, it starts with me. So that's why I did the book launch. I'm youth. I'm writing a book that will change, people's mindsets, a book that will contribute in liberating my African brothers and sisters on Youth Day. So I'm hoping that, this can be a trend, for other young or youth black entrepreneurs. This is a trend that we must continue with. Every 16th, either we must drop books or we must have thought leadership sessions. We must have Pan-African sessions where now we discuss things that will take us forward as Africans. So I'm just hoping that, this act or what I'm doing with the book, it will be something that will, change generations to generation and be an impactful thing.